We didn't find it. We tuned into it. Reality overlaps. Signals share the same space. It spoke when no one was listening. Non-human intelligence detected. Source unknown. Some call it spirit. Some call it the other side. It moves through frequency. Through consciousness. Through you. Laughing. This isn't belief. It's contact. Strange Darkness Radio. Welcome to the other side. The bonus show.
I think we're back, but I'm not sure.
The bonus crew is back. Thank you for riding with us on Strange Darkness Radio. Thank you for opening your mind. Welcome back, Marley. Welcome back, Ed. Welcome back, Kyler. Welcome back, Mr. Washington. The truth doesn't ask for belief. It asks for attention.
Welcome back, everyone. 2026, we made it. Everybody's live and well. How's it going?
Well, ladies first.
Going.
Marley,
Going as usual.
How about you, Ed? Everything good?
Everything is going well.
Okay, cool.
Strange, but well.
Cool. Let's get on that mic a little bit. You sound a little distant, sir.
How's that?
That's better.
Better?
I like that.
That's definitely a little bit better.
Okay.
A bit better.
Yeah, I like
I was
that
just like-
radio voice.
I fell into my relax mode like real quick and just started leaning back already. So
That's
I'll
good.
make sure I'm better closer to the phone. I don't want
Yes.
Marley yelling at me, so I'll just stay close to the microphone.
Well,
That'll come in handy.
yeah,
yes.
exactly. And like I said, bring that voice up because I don't want it too laid back. I want that, Ed reservation radio voice.
You got it, man.
Happening.
You got it.
But yes, we are back, and I am so happy to be potting. It seems like
Well, I'm
you know-
doing okay too, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry,
just in
Kyler. I
case you was
thought
wondering.
you know
yeah.
what, Kyler. When
it's all
you
right.
actually talked, I was I'm in let's go mode, and I just had a 5-hour too. So
Oh, I understand.
so excuse me for that. Go ahead. So Kyler, how are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing well. Yeah. Funny enough, it's not too strange right now, so that's good.
That's
yeah,
good.
not too many strange things is happening.
That's awesome. That's always good. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, again, I have to give ourselves another round of applause because, no one's paid for this and, to do this. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication. And I want to thank my co-host, Marley, obviously, Kyler, for sure, Mr. Ed Don Gilly, on riding with me for another year. This year is going to be very interesting because we have a lot of plans and a lot of things going on, and some of those things we're going to go over. Some of those things we'll discuss and talk about on the main show. But yeah, let's again, we know this is late into January that you all will hear this, but again, what is the thing that everyone talks about in the beginning of the year? New Year's resolutions. I want to know if you guys have some. I want to know if you're, what you left in the past of 2025 that you don't want to bring forward. But who wants to start first on that topic and subject?
I say again, ladies first. You let her go ahead and. I think she got it.
What did she have? Yeah, because Marley, don't be
the
silent.
Floor. I'm saying she got the floor. Yeah, that's what I meant. She got it.
I don't do New Year's resolutions.
Oh, there you go.
but
Interesting. Okay. That's interesting. And why, Marley? Because it's like, why put the pressure on yourself? Or is it that it's like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it regardless. I don't need a new year to start whatever I want to plan or do. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, living the ADHD life, every day's a new side quest.
Oh, okay.
So,
I love side quests.
why start the side quest on January 1st, just doing them all the time.
I think I need to incorporate that in my life, but I'm always trying to strive and do new things. So I kind of like putting pressure on myself to make sure I get things done. But Mr. Ed Dongili, I know you've made some New Year's resolutions.
You would be incorrect because, like Marley, I do not do New Year's resolutions. Although my reasonings are different.
Okay.
I always felt kind of like it's a cop-out, man, because why wait till New Year's if you want to do something? Just do it at some other point of the year. That doesn't mean I don't set goals, if that makes sense.
Okay, what was
that I want to do?
New Year's goal? Did you break it already?
Interesting enough, man. We were just talking about this, yesterday, and my thing was I am going to accept who I am, both good and bad, and just learn to live with that and deal with that. And how that, kind of irons out, I don't know. Hopefully in a good way. But yeah, both good and bad, just accepting who I am and being okay with that. And you mentioned the past thing. What was the question you asked about the past?
Anything you want to leave in 2025 that you don't want to
My whole
bring
fucking
forward?
Past. It's gonna be like,
damn, Ed, the whole
dude. I'm telling you,
so
man.
you no longer exist. You're like a newborn. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. New life, man. Just trying to dig it and surrounded by new people, which I'm really grateful and appreciative of. And I guess that's another thing, trying to be more grateful and appreciative of the people who I have around me because they're really important to me, man. They're
That's
just
cool.
really, and that's all of you guys included.
Thank you.
It's just really important to me and trying to be cool and content and just appreciative. And when those things do try to creep up on me that aren't so cool, just remembering that I got people around me who I really dig. So call it a resolution, call it a big middle finger to the whole past thing. It is what it is, man. And that's where I'm at.
Okay. Well, I am going to throw you a little under the bus because you did say you had a resolution that you broke in like 5 seconds of the new year. So let's not be too preachy. Let's not follow Marley all the way down the hall. So,
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say what it was?
Yes, I sure do.
Okay. It was, well, I don't know if you call it a resolution. It was, we'll call it a determination. But yeah, to not be an asshole. And I broke it like 5 seconds into the new year. So.
It's funny. Yeah, I had to have you say that, just FYI. Not that I was telegraphing anything, because that's already, in the prep sheet, but to discuss.
I try not to be, but again, I try not to be that through the whole year, but I think it's inevitable that with my personality, maybe some people just look at, but again, the whole good with the bad thing, but I'm all right with that, man.
Yeah,
I'm all right
good.
with it.
Kyler, what about you, sir?
Yeah, I think I'll just keep things simple. Yeah, that was my whole thing going to the new year. I'm going to keep it simple and then just repeat the same thing going forward and just less negative pressure on myself and other things to deal with. And
that's a good
just
one,
improving, and then try to like make positive personal moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be the thing.
Awesome. Well,
I try to be.
I heard all of your stories about why you don't have New Year's resolutions or buy into that or put pressure on yourselves. But I do want y'all to have some New Year's resolutions when it comes to the show. So just FYI. And in case you didn't, I put in place some things to help with that, which will get into it. But I'm going to talk about my New Year's resolutions because, one, I always have New Year's resolutions because I have so much going on in the background in my life, whether it's music, whether it's podcasting, whether it's studio setups, whether it's, me changing a bumper every 15 minutes or every New Year's or a logo or just everything that I'm always into or doing, which is a lot. But I'm doing, as far as my personal resolution is actually no sugar. So I'm back on that again. So I'm, in recording this episode, this is January 22nd for you guys out there who are counting when we actually put out episodes. So I'm good. I'm 22 days in, which is good. I'm feeling good. And hopefully
22 days sugar sober. Yep.
Looking good. Nice. And all that good stuff. But yeah, so that's my resolution on that. And actually not to do it for a certain amount of time. I'm just trying to, moving forward, do no sugar whatsoever, other than things that I can't remove from certain things. So that's my own personal goal. But my goal moving forward for the show, and Marley's going to be in on this, is actually getting out and doing investigations and doing things that I kind of was sketchy about or wasn't sure I really truly wanted to do, or tried to make excuses on, getting out and doing other things. And we're not really talking about the ghost tours because those are pretty light. There's not too much happening as far as, us by ourselves in the middle of the night and, and not knowing what's lurking and all that good stuff. But yeah, we're definitely going to get into that. I bought a bunch of freaking equipment. I bought new cameras to record with. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It's these videos and investigations will be on YouTube. Hopefully the audio will make it to the regular podcast. This is, we're basically going to be called Strange Darkness Radio Investigative Team. Marley is going to be heading up, finding locations along with going to these locations and all that good stuff. So it's going to be really cool once the weather truly gets going, and we're going to find the time somehow, some way, and get out here and do this. And Ed, I see that look on your face. We're going to get out there. Again,
oh man,
life is changing. Things are happening, but we are going to get out there, sir. I promise you. And that's going to be that's going to be really fun, especially with the cameras and everything. That's going to be really cool, man. And all the equipment. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And that's my New Year's resolution. And actually, I did buy, I should have do the dun 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 dun, a Ouija board. It is not opened. It is sitting at my home in the entryway. It's totally sealed up. And it's funny because the actual packaging says the number 13 on it. And by, UPS or USPS, I don't know who actually wrote that on there. I thought that was funny. And I'm not going to be using it. It's going to be Mike, who's on the main show. He's going to be using it. But also, hopefully Amy. Marley's not going to do it, but hopefully she'll be at the location. We're going to do a hotel because I don't want to even open it up in my house. We're going to go to a hotel and do it at a hotel. And so that should be interesting. I'm going to film all that stuff. So I'm not going to touch it. So we'll see how that goes. And it was bought off of Etsy. And the guy who made it, he's actually in England. And he's going to come on the show and talk about the creation of Ouija boards and how he does it. I have a million questions for him as far as, do people send in personal items to add to the board, for, loved ones that they're trying to contact, just all kind of various questions about a person who creates a board like that and what experiences they have in doing that. So that's going to be really fun. And you listeners and YouTubers, make sure you guys look out for that segment when it drops. But yeah. So those are
I didn't even know anybody made them anymore. I thought it was like a Milton Bradley thing.
Oh no,
dig
this is
man.
personalized. This is it has the pendulum thing on it also, along with just the Ouija board section. Look at Ed. Ed's like
He's
Let me
jonesing
tell
for
you
it.
something.
He's jonesing for it.
No, let me tell you something, man. Interesting you brought this up.
yeah.
Did you go to an estate sale and find one?
Hell no. I don't go looking for that shit there. No.
But
No,
he wants the gurney that bodies are on so he can use it as a coffee table.
Listen,
Yeah.
I can get down with that though. I would be down with that.
See.
Oh, with the board? Or with the table?
No, with the table.
The table, the
gurney table.
man. No, somebody, couple people came in. They had their Christmas party at our establishment like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
It was after Christmas, and they were doing white elephant gifts. And one of the gifts was a Ouija board. And the guy came up to me, man, and he felt really uncomfortable about getting this as a gift. And I said, listen, man, you got to go throw that thing away. Don't be leaving that in here. And
Wait, he gave it to who? Who as a
outside.
gift?
It was a
It was a white elephant.
It was a Christmas party, so there was, about
That's more
10
than
of
$10.
them there.
Like, what are we
That's
talking
what
about?
you're focusing on.
Yeah, like that's an expensive
Not everybody's
gift.
rich, Bobby.
No, I'm saying that's
And it might have,
a
it might
white
have been
elephant
used
gift has to
from
be cheap.
Goodwill or
It can't be
something.
expensive.
Yeah, it might have been used, or it might have been what they had, and they just brought it in. But yeah, man, he walked up and showed us. He says, "What do I do with this? I feel uncomfortable, man."
Don't show it to us.
I said, "There's dumpster. You got to go throw it outside
Are you
the
serious?
dumpster."
Mail
Hell
it
yeah.
to me.
Don't be. Yeah, I don't want
Marley.
that shit around me,
so
man.
wait.
Listen, yeah.
I said, mail it to me.
Marley, did you really just say that? So you're okay with Ouija boards?
Yeah.
So you and Mike and Amy? Okay. Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah,
I have no
and
fear.
he was uncomfortable with it too, and so I was just, I was like, no, you don't need to hold on to that. I don't care if it was a gift or not. Don't feel guilty. Go toss that thing in the dumpster, man. Bad mojo right
That's
there.
a random white elephant gift to
That is
Yeah.
put out
extremely-
there.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
And I thought
yeah.
the squatty potty my work did was terrible.
yeah.
Squatty
So maybe
potty,
there was
what
like
is
intent
that?
behind it. I don't know. But yeah.
What the hell is a squatty potty?
It helps you poop. It's like a little stool
you
that you
mean
put
like-
around your toilet so that your legs are at a certain angle so that you
What
poop
the
better.
heck?
A squatty potty? You've never heard
Oh,
of
man,
them?
this
No,
is
but I'm
going
saying
old,
white
man.
elephant
We're
gifts
off
are
the
supposed to be
rails,
$10 or less. What are we doing?
They're
here?
not that expensive. They're like
depends.
$10.
Oh,
Some
wow.
people just have white elephant gifts as it's something you got to bring from your house.
Is it
You
like a
have.
joke? Like they just like jokingly give you stuff, or
It's a medical film, man.
Nobody gives a Ouija board jokingly.
What
No, no,
that's
no.
why I'm asking. That's
Are you
why
talking
I'm
about the
asking.
squatty
is
potty or
like-
the Ouija board?
I mean everything. I mean, I'm just like, cause like we said,
It's
I'm
literally,
like, if I'm-
it's like just whatever. Like
Oh.
usually there's like a $20 cap and you just buy something.
well,
like, maybe
anybody
you're
out
like-
there who knows me, you don't ever have to get me a Ouija board for a gift. Just know that.
That's a good idea for a white elephant though.
No.
You can give me money. I'll take that.
Yeah, but the beautiful thing about it, because you keep passing it and the person, you keep it moving and rotating who doesn't really want it. So that's interesting.
I don't want to hot potato that.
No.
But okay, on that note, let's talk about new segments. So for our listeners out there, we have new segments. I know you love everyone's voice here. So they're going to have their own segments on what their topics are and what they would like to discuss. So for Marley's segment is Marley's Forbidden Files. That's going to be really, really awesome. This is one of Marley's bumpers. But I have a lot of Marley bumpers. Interesting.
Some things watch, some things follow, some things don't want to be found. These are Marley's Forbidden Files on Strange Darkness Radio.
Yeah, stay tuned for that.
Oh, I like that.
Stay tuned. But then there's Mr. Don Gilly. His segment is going to be extremely interesting. It is going to be Ed versus the universe. And you guys got a little taste of it a little bit ago when he was discussing his New Year's non-resolutions.
Resolutions, man. Yeah.
What's that? But let's check out Ed's show intro.
Not everything needs an answer. Some things just need to be said. Questions, observations, a few unresolved thoughts. No conclusions, no expectations. Just one man thinking out loud. This is Ed versus the universe on Strange Darkness Radio.
Can't wait.
Oh my God.
Can't freaking wait. Larry David, eat your heart out. Can't wait.
It's cool. That's
More
so
to come.
good.
More
You
to
did
come on
such an
that.
amazing job on that, man.
Thanks, man.
He's
Not going
genius.
to play Kyler's yet because Kyler is going to do his segment at the latter part of the show. So we are going to get into what our show topic is tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And Marley, this is this is your thing. And no, it's not her thing. It is really her thing. She brought it to my attention for sure. And we didn't do it when we wanted to do it on the prior show. So no pressure there,
Somebody
Marley.
talked too much.
Yeah, but
Freaking Kyler, man. You can't keep him quiet, man.
Man,
that's
wow. I
funny.
didn't know you spelled Ed that way. Kinda crazy.
Let's see, man. Damn it.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I'll
What's
make
up?
that one of my New Year's non-resolutions. I won't talk as much.
No,
We
well, we
love it,
definitely
though.
need you talking, bro. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into tonight's topic and let's see where we go.
Tonight, we turn our attention to a building that wears respectability like a mask. A town hall, a place of order and routine. But history rarely leaves quietly. In Celle, Germany, the Neues Rathaus did not begin as a center of civic life. Before paperwork, before meetings, it was a military barracks, built for soldiers, for discipline, for war, through empires rising and collapsing through the Second World War. These walls absorbed more than footsteps. They absorbed fear, silence, and things that were never meant to be remembered. By the war's end, rumors began to surface. Stories of lower levels, sealed, flooded, closed off as forces moved in from above. And then came the legend. They say a dive team was sent below. They say only one returned. They say he spoke of symbols carved into the walls, markings not meant for prayer, not meant for protection, and of something moving in the dark where water swallowed the light. After that, the doors were sealed again, concrete poured, records lost, and the building learned how to pretend. But places remember. Over the years, other stories followed, footsteps where no one walked, voices in empty halls, shadows where people should not be. Was it paranormal? The echo of trauma replaying itself? Or something else? Something we don't yet have language for. These are the encounters. These are the stories, and tonight, we explore them.
All right, let's get into it. Marley, what are we talking about?
Right. So we are talking about the Celle Neues Rathaus, which is essentially just a town hall structure in Germany. So I think the easiest way to talk about it is talk a little bit about the structure history and the history overall, and then we're gonna have to dabble into the Third Reich and the they're kind of playing with the occult and kind of what happened there during World War II. So, it is located 20 miles east of Hanover. It was built in 1869 for the Hanoverian Infantry Regiment, which was essentially Prussia. They finished it in 1872, and it was home to the largest brick freestanding building in Europe. So it's huge. It's 5 levels above ground, 5 levels below ground. There's more than 300 rooms. At one point, it could house about 1,200 soldiers and 200 officers. And eventually, it became the SS headquarters during World War II. The British ended up occupying it after the war. Then Germany was partitioned. Cold War happened. And then it turned into NATO barracks. So that's kind of what's gone on. The military did vacate it in 2012. And now it's kind of part of the seating for local government. And it's also partly a hotel. So if we want to have an international SDR trip, we could go stay there as well. So essentially it functioned as barracks. They call it the Heide Kaserne, and it was the headquarters for Nazi rule, just because it was so big, 5 stories above, 5 stories below.
Yeah.
They think this is where they did a lot of the research and human experiment on Jewish prisoners. So it's about 8 miles from Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. That's where Anne Frank and her sister ended up at. So they brought a lot over to do some of that research, the medical research. But it is also rumored, that the Nazis were very much into the occult.
Yes.
So there's rumors about the SS summoning dark forces on the lower levels, prisoners being mutilated for demonic possession, all kinds of stuff. Just, lots of crazy stuff. So, when the British occupation came, there is said to be a lot of like occult symbols just kind of throughout the building, shapes, tiles, things like that. So it's kind of sometimes been termed as like an antenna or a gateway to some of this paranormal activity or some of this demonic activity. So what was important about Celle was it was the rail line change for Bergen-Belsen. So a lot of people went in and out of there. They did have a massacre right before they got liberated. And it was some of the most horrific final events of kind of the war, 1945. About 4,000 inmates were struck during an Allied air raid. A lot of them were killed, but the ones that did survive fled to the Neues woods, which is like the forest nearby. And then a lot of them were chased down and killed by the Nazi soldiers. So out of the 4,000 that were on the rail line, only 487 made it to Bergen-Belsen.
Wow.
And then the camp was liberated 5 days later. So it has a lot of dark history, not just with the Holocaust, but with whatever the Nazis may or may not have been doing there. So the Celle surrendered on April 12th, 1945. The town hall actually escaped the whole bombing campaign, so the structure is still there.
Yeah.
Now, what gets really strange is the Allies came to take over the structure. When they came in, it had been apparent that the Germans soldiers, the Nazis, had attempted to flood the lower levels. So the whole thought was, what are they trying to hide? What's down there? We know a lot about European history where there was a lot of, artifact and painting theft. Were they hiding things down there and just try to flood it out? We wish that was the case.
Yeah.
So, what ended up happening was the commanding officer on site ordered 3 U.S. Navy divers to dive down into the lower levels. At the time, these were the best trained divers in the world. I mean, they're part of the original U.S. Navy dive team. So they'd been doing this. This was nothing new to them, what have you. So it was pitch black. They were tethered to the surface. at different entrance points to the lower levels.
Yeah, so this
And
wasn't your typical diving suit. This was the old metal
this is
helmet with the
1945.
umbilical cord attached to it for
Yep.
air. So yeah.
Yep. I mean, it is pitch black. They were tethered, so you could get back.
Yeah.
However, after 30 minutes, 2 of the divers did not make it back to the surface. Their tethers were recovered, but they were not on the end of them. And the 3rd diver came back, and he was like a raving lunatic. He was completely horrified. They had to end up sedating him. And then I guess there was just strange symbols and pentagrams 1 to 2 levels down. On the 3rd level down, there was mutilated corpses strapped to chairs with their abdomens split open and their limbs moving. And I guess just kind of the way those bodies were moving, it looked like they were kind of coming after him. So he kind of panicked. He essentially, poor guy, was never the same, and he ended up getting medically discharged from the Navy. But the Celle ended up in the British zone of occupation. The Allies handed over to Britain, and they ended up just sealing off the lower levels with concrete. They were essentially just like, nope, not doing this. So it all comes down to, you know, what was the flooding? What were they covering up? What were the atrocities down there? What is this dark energy that's felt all over? You know, obviously Germany was collapsing, and, you know, refugees were everywhere. You know, the concentration camps were very close. There was all of that kind of horror and, you know, things going on. So, you know, a lot has gone on. So what have people seen? So even today, people hear jackboots, you know, just kind of marching. They've seen full body apparitions of German soldiers, footsteps, screams of pain in languages they don't understand. One of the lieutenants that was there for a long while, Stephen Daly, he awoke to formations of men marching past his window, like where he could see the silhouettes.
Yeah.
However, he was on the 2nd floor, and this was above ground. So how was he seeing these silhouettes? And this was back in about like 1980. People have heard voices conversing in German and, you know, locked in empty rooms. You know, physical interactions. One gentleman, his name was Martin Fox, he awoke where the ceiling was just like inches from his head, and his bed was completely elevated, and he screamed, and his whole bed fell. So there's dark and shadowy figures. And then in terms of, you know, the soldiers staying there, there's been a very high rate of suicide of the men that have been stationed there. They found pentagrams etched into floors, and essentially a lot of the soldiers that have either come in through there or have had to stay there have had medical discharges just because of the kind of the presence there. So, you know, is this the most haunted building in Europe? You know, we don't know.
Yeah.
They don't really have records of what experiments may have happened there, whether it was the medical experiments by the Nazis or some of their occult. So I'm kind of leaving that open to everybody, and we can talk a little bit about, you know, the Nazis kind of getting into the occult with the dark energy and what they did, or just kind of the structure itself. So
yeah, no, you broke it down. I had video ready to go. I don't even need to play that because you did an amazing job of describing the situation in the surrounding area and the circumstances that were, you know, taking place at this particular location, which I'm going to call Newtown Hall, because that's what that means in English. The Neues Rathaus. I'm still trying to work on that.
Newtown Hall. Yep.
Yeah. Ed, any questions or anything you found particular in your research?
Well, I don't think there's any question that the Nazis were dealing in occultism. You know, I mean, I think that's a given, and that's been shown. I tried to like picture myself in that, the mutilated bodies, man, and the experiments they must have been, how just insanely horrible.
Yeah.
You know, but then it's the belief that I think Marley mentioned it, but that whole belief that where if your body's in good health and whole, then it's basically considered a sealed vessel, so spirits couldn't get in. So you have to mutilate the bodies
Mm-hmm.
to allow the spirits easier access.
Hmm.
Freak stuff, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they were doing witchcraft and a lot of
yeah,
different things to
They're trying to
again.
bring soldiers back from the
Yeah,
dead.
yeah.
that's just insane stuff.
And supposedly again, the tales are that they actually did bring soldiers back from the dead, but they couldn't control them. And they were
Mm-hmm.
chaotic. They were crazy. They were attacking, other SS agents.
So
And
was that be along the same lines as like a golem
yeah.
in,
Well,
I
the
mean, you really,
golems, I think the person controlling it can control it with,
you can't, but yeah, I think there's a way you can lose control of it.
Hmm.
But anyhow, that's another program. So
That just
Yeah, they
wasn't
said
them
they
that they
were
brought
like
back.
reanimated, but they had no allegiance.
Yeah.
So again, can't control them. If they can't be your soldiers, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's wild. And then is it possible that the two other divers got twisted because they were, like Marty said, they launched from 3 different locations and they were weaving their way through this complex in the water, trying to go high and low because of the levels that were down there because all the levels, were totally flooded. And they tried to pump the water out initially, but they couldn't because it was some way they blew it up to where it was off from some um I don't know if it wasn't an ocean, it was a river that just kept feeding that the water back in. And so they could, so they were like, okay, we need to see what's going on down here. And could they have gotten tangled up and panicked? Is that possible? And then imagine if you're seeing bodies, because there definitely was bodies, and they're undulating in the water, moving about. And then you're at, there in the darkness, and your depth perception when you're looking at something. And again, it's not like you're in the ocean or something like that, but you're still in this, panic of a state. And these are professional guys that have seen a lot of different things, and they're used to diving in real, oceans and everything like that. And
yeah.
and they had
I would
a
think that's
lantern.
go ahead, Bobby. I'm
No, I
sorry,
was just
man.
saying they had a light with them that they were able to see. And so when you're seeing something in the distance and something's floating and moving, and then you're seeing the person with their organs out, you're like, is that coming towards me? Is it moving by itself? Like, is it the water? And could that
Yeah.
have been it as far as those guys go?
Yeah. I would have thought, yeah, that's something that I would think can be explained away because it would look, especially if they're still strapped to the chair, just the motions of it. But I think it also said that that diver said a black form actually was coming after
Yes.
him.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be so easily dismissed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that, and there's I don't know I guess the degree of cable or the line they were using. But I would figure even if it did get caught or something was going on, it got tangled, that there would probably be something showing it, like some kind of sign showing that the diver is like being yanked, pulled, the cable is getting disconnected. Figure something would have been
Yeah.
going on right there.
Yeah, because aren't they trained? I mean, I'm not obviously an expert in diving because I'm afraid of water and I don't know how to swim. So,
That requires a whole other show.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
elevators,
it
no
does.
water.
But I mean, weren't they like, since they were attached, isn't it a given that if you're in trouble, you pull on
Mm-hmm.
the cable?
Yeah, it's a
Which would
tether
let
for a
them know,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the whole, I don't know, the whole tangled thing, I don't know, would seem, I mean, yeah, they could get in a panic but again, they're professional divers. I mean, I don't think getting tangled would panic them. They're trained.
Yeah.
So that's my thinking on it, that it wouldn't be something like that because there's steps and training that they're used to and know how to do to kind of get out of that.
Mhm.
I mean, the tangling, it's just there's a number of things. Because there's even if they didn't get tangled, it'd be a thing of the line just detached. Like, so if a line detaches, there should be something that would like indicate something that's, like leading up to it being detached. With these people maybe just walking and then suddenly the line goes limp.
Mhm. And another thing, their bodies were never found.
Recovered,
Oh
yeah.
man.
So,
Well, they sealed it
Yeah.
up with concrete after, so
I mean, they never even sent anyone back to.
yeah. Oh
it's
no,
like-
nobody
yeah.
was going
Yeah.
back down there. If the U.S. Navy dive team OGs couldn't do it, it's
Yeah.
like, who was gonna do it?
I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. I mean,
Mhm.
hell yeah, it's sealed up. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, yeah. What, are you going to send more people down there when one of them just came back another person? Like, no, you can go ahead and seal that up.
But I find it interesting that when you hear about stories like this, and obviously this was an evil situation with people with bad intentions, looking for power and looking to utilize it, in a war type, scenario to win the war, let alone inflict um, a massive amount of damage and harm to people, and to wipe out whole, lines of the Jewish community. And I always think to myself, like, why is it that the evil person or the person with these ill intentions always go to the devilish side of things, or the evil side of things, or the witchcraft? Why does not no again, because it's all about power. No one looks into the light of things. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to have a good outcome, you want to be blessed. You want to ask for grace. You want to ask for strength. You want to ask, for help from a heavenly being, right? But
There's also good white magic.
no,
Let's
no, no.
not
I'm not
discount
talking
that.
about from that
I'm just-
standpoint, or
No, I'm just
witchcraft.
saying.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
it's always the evil side of things, opposed to
It is.
Does this person or these people really have ill will for me? If so, can you please help me, God or someone, not the devil? Like, let's go get, what I'm saying? Like, I want to reincarnate devilish zombies to go do my bidding, opposed to the hand of God, which, like Ed, a powerful being to, you want on your side, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and
People get blinded, man.
What's
People
that?
just get blinded.
But it's like,
You know?
it's like, I just don't understand. Is it always just people with that much of ill will towards other people that look for evil things to
Well, yeah, because
wield?
if you're looking to do that, you know, you're not going to ask God
No, God will help you
to.
fight your enemies, because he'll take care of it
Yeah,
himself. You know what I'm saying? Like if you believe
but
there's
you have
evil,
to humble
you have to believe
yourself,
there's
man.
good, there's God. So,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't believe one way or the other, or they abstain, or they, like myself, I'm not sure what's going on, right? To a certain degree. But if you, and with Hitler, Heinrich, all these people that did all this research,
Mhm.
that can honestly say there is evil. There is entities that are out there that will do you harm, right? Well, then if you know that, there's opposite. So you're never afraid of the opposite, because they always
Yeah.
lose. I mean, look what happened. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so yeah, they might have erred on the side of the other side.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
just saying it didn't work out well for any of them.
They aired on the side
Heinrich,
of,
it did. He was able to escape to America, and didn't he? Yeah, the rocket
Actually,
guy.
quite a few of them escaped
Yeah.
Brazil.
Brazil, but yeah, I mean they.
But yeah, I was
probably
I'm
a whole
just
other show. They act, well, it's not. I mean, a lot of the German scientists came here.
Yeah,
Hence the whole,
they were spread out
atomic bomb
through
and all
different
that,
countries.
Oppenheimer, all of that stuff.
Yeah, but maybe there was a SS God unit, and then there was a SS Evil unit, and then whoever had the whatever research that panned out, they were like, oh, let's try this. I mean, I just find that interesting. I don't
Evil
know.
begets evil, man.
It's called
I mean,
arrogance and domination.
there's rumors that they legit thought there was a dormant race of giants in Antarctica.
Yes. Well, then
So, like,
also they were the supreme race. So I mean,
well, that too.
yeah.
I mean, on top of that, and the fact that they could, bring soldiers back from the dead, mutilate bodies, and have like a super army.
I just want to say to the SS, you guys should have had DNA testing. You would have known about Africa. But I just wanted to say for a second. But anyways.
And the Holocaust actually happened for all you deniers out there.
Yeah, that's wild that people even would say or go to that extreme to I never understood that. I understand.
Don't either.
Did we go to the moon stuff? But never understood that. But yeah, no. Yeah, so I do believe that they were practicing all these various crafts to communicate with something that were to, give them power and feed their lusts for power and to win the war, especially at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I do also believe they were communicating with aliens because of the bell-shaped object that the U.S. ended up getting from them. That we created our version of, which that is documented, and we have the picture of us trying to fly the damn thing in a circular one opposed to the bell shape at the top. And, so they were doing wild shit, and they were, by any means necessary. And along with their experiments on people and bodies, because they were using, it was said also as he was down there, he would see humans with goat heads on their
like
bodies.
Attached.
Yeah. And they were, attached and,
or like vice versa.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was some wild things happening down there. But what's your thoughts?
I mean, look what they did in general to medically to people. So can you imagine if they took it to another level of like darkness?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's kind of it's not surprising if you think about it at that level. Like they were doing experiments on twins and, Mangala and all that stuff. So the fact that they were trying to do all this other crazy shit, honestly, is like,
probably
it's in line with the Nazis.
Yeah, probably all started with them using a Ouija board saying, oh, this isn't going to hurt.
Well,
this is where that shit goes to.
There is a tale, and I won't say it's been debunked, but it is said to not be true. And the story went as Adolf was at a museum. I don't know if he was in Munich or where he was, but they had the sword of destiny, the tip of it, and supposedly he was able to touch it, and he saw his vision of his future self. And that's what he's been chasing. And then he's been, from that point, he started chasing all the artifacts, because that's one thing the Nazis were doing. They were going after all the religious artifacts, let alone, music, paintings, anything like that. And man, some of that stuff is still stored in locations that we probably will never find, that is buried in bunkers, just sitting there. And
could be under the 5 floors at the Neues Rathaus. You never know.
That's very true. That's very true. Because who's to say there's something even below that? Even though they flooded it, because the weird thing about flooding that, it's like, okay, what Nazis known for? They were known for burning shit. So why didn't they go in and burn everything?
Why did they burn it down?
Yeah. And
because it said to get that much water, and you need a football stadium. Like amount of water, size
and it kept going. They couldn't pump it. They couldn't do nothing. It kept flooding, and so why didn't they use other means to get rid of the things that they wanted to get rid of? And they didn't. They didn't blow the whole 5 floors. They didn't do any of that. So there could be something even underneath those 5 levels. So yeah, very, very, very interesting. All right, Ed. Kyler. Any thoughts on this whole thing?
It was something I was thinking of earlier, but I think it was when we were just talking about like why they would even do something like that, as far as like darker entities and everything else versus light ones.
Mm-hmm.
We're all saying it's like arrogance and domination.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go to a being that you consider good or light and ask it to give me the ability to slaughter so-and-so, whatever kind of people, or subjugate so-and-so people. You can make a deal with a darker entity to do something like that.
Well, yes. And the thing about it, my mind frame and what I was thinking about was when you think about the devil, a lot of people automatically go to demons. They go to various different demonic entities and all that. I think about the devil himself. The devil was an angel. The devil was cast down because he wanted the power of God and he thought he should be in charge. And so God gave him domain, of the underworld. I don't know what was there before that, or who was in charge before that. But at the end of the day, he's just a angel who was pissed off, and it's like, it's like a kid not getting what they want. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to give you this company and go deal with that and move on and so on and so forth. So, it's just interesting on how you can go from that to just like, I'm going to torture mankind forever because I didn't win a war and I was cast down. I find that interesting on the whole religious side of things. But anyways, that's a story for another day.
Mm-hmm.
But Marley, any final thoughts on this? And you did an amazing job on telling the story. Like I said, I don't need to play any of the videos, because you did such a great job. But yeah, would you stay in the hotel?
Of course I would. It's an easy question.
Marley, you know what? People out there, when you guys hear this podcast, either YouTubers or our podcast audience, we have to hold Marley accountable and make sure she gets to these locations. Make sure she, because I'm tell you, I'm already afraid, of any situation when it's actually out in the dark, and we'll see what happens. But Marley, she's about that life, so we got to hold her to that and see. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. That's why I really wish Ed was here instead of there. But
hey, man.
Here instead of there.
Some shit's just out of your control.
Hey, it's not. Tell people to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, all podcast hosting sites. Let us actually start making some money off of that. Maybe we can bring Ed back and he'll have a whole, just a podcast career. So, again, I won't do the paywall thing, but there's nothing wrong with running commercials. And with that being said, everyone.
Yeah, lights on, we go live, no delay. Every move locked in, smooth all day. Auto track, camera, stay true. Crystal clear when it's on you. Wide shot, close up, cinematic flow. Ask Bob, moving how creators go. Stream clean, podcast ready. Every frame looking heavy is up. That's pro level vision. Mexican tech, no supervision. Upgrade now, don't hesitate. Use code Strange Darkness Radio. Save today.
Yes, ObsBot, we are doing a campaign for them. If you guys need a camera that tracks you, you can take it anywhere. You can use it in the studio. They're amazing cameras. They have all different types, webcams, professional ones, studio quality, everything, 4K, all the best bells and whistles. You guys can go to ObsBot, use our Strange Darkness Radio tag to get a discount, and you guys will be set. All right, it is time for Mr. Jackson. And here we go.
Some games don't end when you turn the console off.
Horror games, twisted lore stories that crawl out of the screen and follow you home.
This isn't gameplay. This is survival.
Dead pixels, where corrupted code meets pure nightmare.
I scare myself.
Dead Pixels with Kyler Jackson.
Part of Strange Darkness Radio.
You already pressed start.
All right. Man, Yeah, so we did mention something about that segment earlier. We're going to be trying to get into this now.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. So, well, here we are. Welcome to Dead Pixels. You know, we're going to be getting into a few more of these. If anybody who's seen our YouTube already, you might have seen a few videos that we've done, a couple of games we've started up. We're going to be getting back to as we set things up, get things a bit more stable and get that door kind of, revolving in and out more and more games. And preferably they're going to be closer to the eerie, darker, scariest horror vibe. And thankfully, upcoming the end of next month, I believe it's February 27th, the return, not the return, but the installment of one of the best franchises ever created in gaming, and just one of the best horror games, just the father of all of them, really, which is Resident Evil 9, Requiem, is coming back. So anybody who was out there early, mid-90s, where we first got to experience Resident Evil in a mansion in the middle of the forest, being chased around by creatures that you really you didn't want to have to deal with if you could avoid them. And unfortunately, you're stuck in positions where you couldn't. So, and this one, we're going back to another city, reminiscent of that same city where everything went down, Raccoon City. And yeah, we're getting ready to, I think we actually have a trailer for you to check out that you should be able to see later on as well on our YouTube. If you go to Strange Darkness Radio, you'll be able to check that out and the rest of our videos, of course. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's roll the tape. See what it's looking like.
Hello?
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Who are you?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Talk to me. Is this one like the others? And it's not post-mortem lividity. Hey, I just got a report of a missing police officer. It might be unrelated, but he disappeared near where the fifth body was found.
Through you, Elpis can finally be set free.
The team has settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella. Victor Gideon.
Grace! Grace!
Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under. I'll send you the address.
Welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
You there, Leon?
Yeah.
Hey, over here. FBI. What are you doing here?
Would you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
Don't do anything stupid.
Me? Never.
Yeah, so there we go, man. Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Nice.
Which we'll absolutely be getting a hold of on release.
Marley's like, I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah,
I just play Fortnite. I don't know.
Dang, not Fortnite.
Man, when he said Elvis, I thought he said Elvis, and it was like free Elvis. I was like, dig that, free Elvis, man.
Oh, thankfully you will not see Elvis there. You don't want to deal with that.
Listen, Kyler, I have an 11-year-old, so there's a lot of Roblox, a lot of Fortnite.
Oh, trust me, I understand. Well, I mean, when I was 11, I was actually playing Resident Evil, so I've survival
What's
horror
the
and
game,
scary
man?
stuff.
But what's the game? What do you play? It looked like a movie.
That's the game.
It's called Resident Evil.
They don't have the
What do you
gameplay
do?
of it.
How
You
good
just
the
watch
quality
it? You
is
don't
now,
play
Ed.
anything?
No,
It's a storyline game.
That's a trailer, so it's like
no. Let me explain it to Ed. Ed, you control those characters. They look just like that. They're that lifelike. The quality is that great. It's amazing. We've come a long way since Pong.
pretty much.
Free Elvis, man. Dig that.
Free Elvis, Jesus.
That is hilarious. Yes, that's Kyler's Dead Pixel segment. He will talk about various video games, various stories related to video games and all that good stuff where, horror, all the above. And also we will, and we have done some live streaming of said games that Ed needs to check out he'd be like, oh man, that's a movie. So I think that's awesome.
Are we going to get him on Twitch live streaming playing?
Yeah.
No, you.
I love it.
That would be awesome.
Not you. Talk about Kyler.
Yes.
I'm
going to definitely be on that.
Kyler, what games have we played so far on our channel?
Well, we have the Quarry currently is what we've been doing. We have the Quarry on there. We actually, could we have
Silent
a couple?
Hill
Yeah, I was going to say we actually have a bit of Silent Hill on there as well. Hopefully, we're going to be starting up another one of them. Because we actually do have the other Silent Hill that we're going to be getting started with.
Yes,
which is a bit more of a darker psychological situation than just a straight up zombies walking around and doing things. And that one is more of a, let's say Silent Hill would be more just like your sins, darkness made manifest. It's going to be coming after you, and you get to go ahead and deal with your issues of your own creation.
There you go.
And a couple other people's. But,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. We have one last thing, and this is going to be interesting. Open line. And we have a lot of stories from this particular caller, and I will hopefully, fingers crossed, be getting him to come on the show soon. So here we go.
Hello? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please. I'm stuck. It's cold and dark here. I just want to come back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please. I'm stuck. It's cold and dark here.
Welcome to Open Line.
Yeah, this strange kind of story occurred back in the late 80s. When I was a salesman, I did quite a bit of traveling, mostly driving around visiting customers all across Ontario, Canada. Also had some suppliers down in the U.S., so I visited some people down there as well. I remember traveling through Virginia, West Virginia area, and having a really kind of freaky experience one time. Basically, I'd had a full day of seeing some customers and potential customers along the way, do some presentations. Kind of in a rural, pretty much backwoods area. Yeah, I believe it was either Virginia or West Virginia. But in either case, you get the gist. There's a lot of forest down there. And there is a major highway that winds through, but I was kind of off into more of a rural area, and there were some smaller locations, little retail outlets and dealers, distributors for the product I was selling at the time. But the freaky thing that happened was that, it was a long day. It was getting dark, and I was heading back through Virginia, just looking for a motel anywhere, Super 8 or anything. So heading back through some rural roads, and a couple of things. One, I really had to pee really bad. I'd had a couple of coffees to stay awake and a bottle of water, and desperately had to find a restroom. And the other thing is I was running on fumes. The vehicle was almost dry. Gas tank was huffing and puffing, just looking for a gas station. And I'm going down this dark, barely lit road. There was the odd light here and there from the odd kind of a hovel of a shack house here and there. But eventually, luckily, I saw a little gas station sign. So I pulled in, went up to the pump. First pump, I noticed that the nozzles that you put into your gas tank, the nozzles were hanging there all around it, but they had been cut off right at the hose, the rubber hose attachment. And I only noticed there was one pump that looked like it was working fine, and I could see that, seemed to be operational. So I, put the nozzle into my vehicle to fill it up. Nothing was happening. So I decided to walk up to the little, it was kind of a very small shack of a building, and I could see kind of a front area with a cash register. So I walked in the front door. There was a little metal bell at the door, the ones when you open the door, it just rings, ding, and looked around to see if anybody saw me. There was nobody at the front desk. There didn't seem to be anybody in the store of this gas station at all. And it was kind of a creepy looking store because it was really dimly lit, and the lights were kind of flickering. And it was a dirty, grimy old place. It had been there for decades and probably never cleaned. So I'm at the front and I'm kind of calling, going, hello, anybody here? I need gas, anybody here? And then I hear something in the back, and I hear this weird kind of dragging sound. And what do I see? I see this very old woman. She must have been 80, 85 or so, because her face was nothing but wrinkles. And she probably stood no more than 3.5 feet tall, and she had one of those walker things in front of her. So she'd go plunk, shuffle, 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 plunk, shuffle, shuffle, and it took her literally 5 or 6 minutes to get up to the front counter. So she gets to the front counter, never looks at me, doesn't say a word, gets up there, and then I notice that there's a little, I don't know if it's a box or something, that she steps up on top, and then she jumps on top of the stool, which is kind of like a bar stool. She jumps up on top to make herself higher, and then she's facing me, and she's got these thick-rimmed pop bottle glasses, really high magnification lenses, kind of cat eye, thick glasses. So she pushes them up her nose, and she's got this big head of hair, which I'm surprised at a woman her age, maybe it was a wig, but she just looks at me, and I just see these giant eyeballs through the magnification of her lenses, and she just looks me over, doesn't say a word, and I say to her, excuse me, ma'am, I need to get some gas. I just noticed there's only one pump working there. Can I get some gas, please? I've got no gas left at all in my car. So she looks at me again, doesn't say anything, and finally she just kind of looks at me and says,
"You need some gas, do you there, boy? How much money you got in your pocket? We only take cash, none of them credit cards and plastic shit. How much money you got?"
So I thought that was kind of a strange question. I just said, I'll take $20 worth of gas. I think I can get at least that into the tank. So make it $20.
Well, I don't know. I could probably give you 10.
Okay, make it 10 then. I'll give you $10 and we'll do that. But before I get the gas, I really have to go to the restroom. You've got a restroom in here, right?
Of course we do. Come on, are you crazy? Just go down the hallway, follow the sign.
Okay, thank you very much. And then she kind of motioned with her hand, with these long, dirty fingernails. She motioned towards a key that was laying on that front counter. And it was a key with a chain on it, and it was attached to this large, had to be at least a foot long. It looked like the jawbone of some weird animal with teeth hanging off of it, all yellowed. I thought that was kind of creepy. So I grabbed that, went down this dirty old hallway, and the walls had all yellowed, and there were stains on the walls, and there was kind of that drop ceiling, and it was all cracked and dirty. And I go down to where the restroom is, and there's a little sign there. So I turn the knob, open the door. I get it maybe, 6 inches open, and then it slams straight into my face. And I go, oh, sorry about that. Sorry, I didn't know there was anybody in there. So then I just waited outside for 5, 6, 7 minutes. I don't know. It seemed like forever. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So I knock at the door. Hello. Is anybody in there? Hello? And so finally, I just had to go so bad. I opened the door, pushed it again, and it opened up. And I heard some weird shuffling sound in there. And in there, again, the light was so dim. Even though the light was on, it was a really dark, dingy light, and it was flickering. So I look, and just as I opened the door, I could have sworn I saw an arm slipping into the toilet, like elbow first. It was just going backwards, and I saw it go back. It was like a dirty, greasy, dirt-covered arm with long fingernails, and it just kind of pulled back into the toilet, and I saw the wrist and the hand kind of drooping over the front of the toilet seat, and then slowly slip down and leave like a wet trail on the lid, on the seat. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, hell no. I just turned around and left and went back to the front and said to the woman, there's somebody in the restroom there. I just went in there and I knocked at the door. There was somebody in there, and I went in, and it looked like they went into the toilet. Like, how can that be?
You crazy son of a bitch. Just get the hell out of here. You city folk with your drugs. What are you smoking? What are you shooting in your arms? You get out of here.
Excuse me, I'm not on drugs. I'm not drinking. Can I get the gas?
No, get the fuck out of here.
So I had no choice. So I had to just walk out of that gas station store. No gas. I couldn't pee. I get back into my vehicle, get back on the road, start driving. And I drove probably for another, 7, 8, 10 minutes. And luckily I didn't run out of gas, but I did see another gas station, and it was all lit up. Bright lights. I went there. The pumps were working. I ran in first. They had a restroom. I used it. It was all fully lit. No arms going in the toilet there. Everything was totally normal. So I was able to relieve myself there. I got my $20 worth of gas, got back on the road, and managed to find a Super 8 or whatever it was, some motel. And everything else on that trip was pretty uneventful and boring, but just that arm going back into that toilet. Like I said, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking any funny things or taking any pills, but I could have sworn that this arm went back. It was almost like an elephant's trunk going backwards. And I still picture to this day that the wrist kind of thumping on the front of that toilet seat, and then kind of the fingernails and hands scratching on the front of that seat and then plopping into the water. And I can almost, mentally or audibly remember that the splash. I could hear splash in the water. And then, like I said, I just ran out of there. I never stuck around. But a very strange thing that happened. The stuff of nightmares.
That was a hell of a story. What do you guys think about the being that jumps in the toilet and gets sucked down the drain? Or
I think I'd have been out there pissing on the side of the road.
What's that?
I've been out there peeing on the side of the road. I'm not going that goddamn bathroom.
Yeah, that's crazy because, you all these small towns that people go through and, all these historical situations and, family lineage about, stories and things that you hear. And, I've heard going through certain parts of places that, very small towns, hey, don't go drive through that place, or, watch out for this or watch out for that. Who knows? Maybe, something lives there with her that she is okay with, and he's able to slip in and out of the drains or something. I don't know. It sounded like something from the X-Files.
But it sounded like she's one of them, the way she was talking to him. That woman sounded mad as hell that he was talking about her husband like that.
That's funny.
She sounded like she was really there. Hey, what's wrong with you?
Dang. Any thoughts, Ed?
Well, first of all, I mean, West Virginia's kind of hour down the road from me.
Oh, nice. Need to find that location.
Yeah, it's Appalachia, man. Appalachia. So a lot of folklore and weird stuff that goes on. I mean, so the story itself doesn't surprise me. I would have liked to have known if he had, when he reached the second gas station, if he had asked anybody, if they were familiar with the previous gas station.
Yeah.
Small town, man. Everybody knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been interesting to do like the follow up.
We will.
If he had asked anything.
No, definitely. Gary D from Ontario. And really interesting story.
He might not have asked anything. He probably just want to hurry up and get his ass to sleep. I mean, after seeing that, he probably just try to hurry up and get away.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him for not
always
asking.
Get your gas first.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, he probably could have went ahead and got that gas. He back there dealing with freaking Slytherins and stuff.
He said slithering. Marley, what are your thoughts, if any, about it?
I mean, I believe it. It's so bizarre. I actually started watching this show, shameless plug, called Evil.
Oh yeah, I love Evil.
I never got to watch it.
I love
it.
Evil.
Yes. I feel like there was just an episode about like a weird stretch of highway and weird stuff happening, and it resonated with that, where it's like some random thing in the middle of nowhere that only certain people see, and like I'm like, yep, probably legit,
Yeah, and I like how far are you into it?
Like the third season.
Oh, okay.
What's his name's?
Yeah, so you know
Ordained.
about the black demon and all that, and oh man, I love that.
Like
show.
David just got ordained. That's where I'm at. So yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, this show's right up our alley of our show.
Yes, it is. Yes, definitely.
You'd be David, obviously, Bobby, because you're like the only sane one amongst us.
No, that's
funny.
You know who's oddly, I think, the sanest person here? Dumb
Ed.
Jilly. But we'll.
I'm pretty sure he's Leyland, though.
Yeah. But yeah.
Just kidding.
Anyways, yes, you will hear more stories. And if you guys have stories, be it paranormal, be it UFO, be it cryptids, anything, please hit us up. You can hit us up on our line at 916-741-3032, or you can email us at strangedarknessradio@gmail.com. If you would like to come on the show and tell your story, you can hit us up at strangedarknessradio.bookings.com at gmail.com. I think I said that right. But yeah. So you can hit us up there again, strangedarknessradio.bookings@gmail.com. And we would love to hear your story. We would love to have you on if you've been abducted. At least I don't hear that much about stories about people currently being abducted. It seems to have become rare now, unless those
tapered off.
Yeah, unless those people being abducted, they're just missing, which we have a lot of missing people of late. So that could be
maybe the aliens' economy's bad, man. They can't support freaking immigrants, man. So they're just not abducting people right now.
Yes, they've already got all the eggs and I didn't want to say the S word for men, but the fluids they need to generate humans or whatever.
Sperm?
Yes. Come on. I was trying not to say that, but yeah. I'm trying to do
This
PG.
is not rated PG, is it?
I know. No, it's not. We are not PG.
That's hilarious.
But
goddamn.
You told me I have to watch my language.
At least we
man.
didn't
You don't
say
have
like
to watch your language. I was just
slang
joking.
words for it. We said sperm, the medical term.
But what's the slang word for it?
Oh man,
We could have said jizz.
Oh damn. Anyways, but yeah. I run PG 13 or G rated in my mind, so
Listen,
I still giggle.
My kids were asking about how babies were made the other day. I popped out a book and we were talking about sperm and eggs while we were eating pancakes, and I was reading aloud. So it was all medical, though. It was all medical terms.
Yes, for sure.
I dig the whole confidence thing, Marley. Well done.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a doctor,
Yeah.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Jenna plays a doctor on TV.
Yeah, see, we're all adults here.
Oh, for sure. Yes, but
does my daughter accidentally call it a vagina? Yes, but she knows it's a vagina.
How do we go down these avenues?
Because you wouldn't say
Marley
sperm.
takes us down
You wouldn't
these
say
avenues,
sperm.
man.
I was trying.
And then I had to
Marley's
say
always taking us
jizz.
down
Yes,
these.
I was going for the
Poor
manly
Kyler, I'm
fluids.
so embarrassing him.
I was going for the manly fluids.
I'm all right.
But
well, about that, I guess.
But yeah, so I don't know if they've already gotten everything they need to do whatever.
They don't have Ed yet.
That's
he go to enough of them yard sales, he'll find them.
Yeah, they're not getting me.
Man, be out
The
there
witch
finding all
came
kinds of
for
shit.
me, but she didn't get me either.
The brouhaha.
Yeah.
Are you still
The succubus.
But
man, I got stuff missing all over the place now, man.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for that. And
she took my tea.
She took your what now?
My tea, my British tea, man, that I drink.
She took
a whole box.
I
of
will
it.
send you
think
some
I
crystals,
got-
Ed, and you can cleanse your house.
No,
with some
she
sage.
takes them, man.
Wait. Okay, tell us real quick, Ed. Come on, go ahead.
Wait, the succubus, or is
What are we
this a
talking
new
about?
adventure?
No. Oh man, yeah.
Wait,
no, didn't I tell
from your
you the
home
story?
or from the
No,
bar?
from my work. Yeah.
Okay. You sure it's
Didn't I
not just
tell you this?
another employee?
The only thing we know is that there was a connection,
Yeah.
and then she disappeared.
There was a sexual connection.
Never been.
But she stole your tea in the meantime.
I don't think she was there
Well,
to
I
steal
don't know
tea,
if she
bro.
did, but you know,
Stole that man heart.
but my tea's missing.
Stole
and
his mind.
There's a whole box of tea, and that's not cheap tea, man.
Oh, yo, I bet. Yeah, I understand. You know, I had some expensive tea once. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it get like that.
If
I
you've
think you just
ever-
want that woman back. That's
To
that
whom
is.
this may concern, if you've ever met Ed Don Gilly, which you can clearly see his exotic features and all that good stuff, and you can't miss the glasses and the hat, can you please return his tea, or at least
He's starting a GoFundMe for his British tea.
yes, or at least write your number on the box and give it back to him empty, and tell
There's
him you'll
other
refill
stuff
it.
missing too, but
Oh,
you know,
okay. Well,
yeah.
can't help you with that. But yeah, if you've
I'll
encountered
send you
Ed-
some sage, okay? You can sage your work.
You do got
Maybe we
sage
should do
stuff.
that. When we come there, we should cleanse it.
Yeah, well, you know,
You-
y'all are
you do
doing
need to
the
cleanse that.
whole, you know, what do you call it? Investigation there.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Or you just baiting us. It's like, yeah, I have all this stuff missing, so you guys
No,
need to
I
come
got stuff
investigate.
I would not lie
I'm
about my
joking.
tea missing, Marley.
This man.
That's hilarious.
I would think you wouldn't lie about Guinness missing. I didn't think tea was at that level.
That's too funny. Well, on that
I'm a
note,
creature of habits, man.
I think we
Creature of
might be
habit.
done. I think this might be it. I'm
Already.
You know, love potting with you guys, and I'm happy that we're back for 2026. And
Yes.
you know, again, we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Please subscribe, turn on notifications for YouTube. You know, tell a friend. You know, more to come. More to come. But yeah. And also, I'm sorry, people out there. I was going to do. I have all kind of shows in mind as far as what I'm going to do. So I am incorporating a lot of my personal music and R&B style into this new year. So you're going to hear a lot of that. So I'm sorry for the people that like certain ambiance when it comes to the paranormal realm. But I'm gonna start blending more of Bobby into what we do. And so, what's up, Kyle?
More
I'm
Bobby, less
pretty sure those people be okay. They don't mind.
Well,
But they'll be fine.
we'll see.
People
We'll
love
see how it
R&B.
goes.
It's one of the biggest things in the world. They'll love it.
Just giving them a heads up. But Marley, any last words?
No.
No.
Thank you for allowing me to pronounce my few German words.
Oh, you
Well
did a great
done.
job. Did an amazing
Well
job.
done. You did.
You guys,
Marley. That was
you
awesome.
guys missed out.
3 years of high school German. I should be able to pronounce something. So.
Oh, nice. Great job. Great job. And actually, we're going to ride this outro totally out so that way I don't have to edit it later into the show. So thank you guys for joining us. 2026, we're back.
When the world grows quiet and the questions grow louder,
There's a place where the unexplained is taken seriously. Strange Darkness Radio.
Real encounters, unfiltered conversations, stories that live just beyond the edge of understanding. From shadow figures to hidden histories, to voices that refuse to be forgotten. This is not speculation, this is exploration. Strange Darkness Radio. Strange Darkness Radio. When the world grows quiet and the questions grow louder, stay curious. Stay curious. Real encounters, unfiltered conversations, stories that are just beyond the edge of understanding. From shadow figures to hidden histories, to voices that refuse to be forgotten. This is not speculation,